All right, welcome back, everybody. We now talk and turn to the Catholic Church. And you can say whatever you want about Pope Francis, but you can't say the first 7 months of his papacy have been anything but uneventful. Now, since he was elected on March 13th, the Pope has made statements or given answers that put his beliefs for the Church in either stark contrast or even in opposition to longstanding Vatican positions, whether it be on homosexuality, abortion, atheism, contraception. And his number 2 in the Vatican hinted at changes on priestly celibacy. Now, the laity seems to like the new tone. And again, so he's clear up anything. I'm one of them, and I am one of the people who are behind what he's saying. 68% of the American Catholics polled said that they agree with the Pope's positions and statements, and his favorability rating among American Catholics is at 89%, and only 4% view him unfavorably. And Tom, I will tell you, the real question for me is, the laity's there. Will the leadership follow? And what he has said about tolerance, what he has said about reality. I mean, you can't have graduating class in seminaries on one hand, or one guy here, and expect to fill the need to fill the churches, and then deal with the reality of the emptying pews. It's so refreshing to hear somebody not make Sundays about some political hour that you spend in church, but to talk about what we thought the church was about. You know, it's been a long time coming, and I've been pleasantly surprised by what I've seen so far.
Well, as a former altar boy and someone who is, you know, watched the church for a very long time, and actually in high school at Stepanak had thought about becoming a priest for some period of time, and then met a girl. The one thing that I love the best, despite all the different comments on homosexuality and abortion, et cetera, the one thing that I thought was most moving is that the church needs to get back out of this, the beautiful wardrobes, the beautiful cathedrals, and get the humility of it, and get back to, we have hungry people, we have people in soup kitchen lines. Yep. We need to be, you know, the children and take care of God's children. Yep. That is a message that if he can resonate that around the world, it's one of peace.
You see in Assisi what happened? It's something as simple and small as he was in Assisi, and they went to bend down and to kneel down and to kiss his ring. He's like, no, you don't do that. You don't have to do that. And it's those little symbols where he seems to really get it. And Andrew, you always joke, you say, hey, I'm not a Catholic, but I'm a fan of this guy.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of this guy. He seems like he's a progressive voice in the church, and maybe that can, you know, help spur some. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm trying to envision Tom as a priest. Oh, since you mentioned that you consider.
How about as an altar boy? I struggle with that one. Although
I considered it very strongly, I really did. I mean, for 4 years,
say 5 Hail Marys.
Right, for 4 years. I mean, I really, and I have to tell you, if priests could have gotten married, I think I would have been a priest.
And I'm telling you right now, if you don't even have to read between the lines, both on celibacy and the idea of allowing priests to marry, which, by the way, the church let them do until the 1300s, and it was because of economics they stopped doing it. If they go back to that, the goodwill that will follow, and I think also the quality of people that will join the priesthood here, I think it'd be great for the
Richard,
church.
You're, as a Catholic, I mean, real quick, I mean, isn't it amazing when a Catholic priest, I mean, I remember the first time I was getting married, is that he sat down and was explaining marriage to me, and I'm like, well, how are you explaining marriage?
How about that day you had to go and sit when they went over everything?
Right.
The rhythm method.
I mean, I would much rather have a priest who's been through it and understands what it is to be a Catholic.
And you know what? Anyway, it's a good start here, and we're going to see how this goes forward. Speaking of, when we come back with RFL, we're going to talk about one of Andrew's favorite teams, the Washington Redskins, and more developments today about whether or not they keep the name of the team. We'll talk about that and more after this.